The man brought his mistress to attend his mother-in-law's funeral, but he was horrified to find his mother-in-law standing intact among the crowd. Only then did he suddenly realize that the cancer patient who had been killed by his mistress's illegal surgery the day before was his own mother, yet he had thought it was his wife's mother. He not only used his authority to cover for his mistress, but even listened to her instigation and forced his wife to sign the organ donation confirmation form, all just to help his mistress pass her intern assessment as soon as possible. Now that he knew the truth, the man collapsed instantly, but no one at the scene pitied him. His wife also took out the divorce agreement in disappointment and demanded he sign it. However, the mistress, fearing the truth would come out and she would get into trouble, quickly took the opportunity to tell the man that the woman just wanted a divorce and had deliberately hired someone to pretend to be her mother and staged this whole act. Upon hearing this, the man froze in place. He immediately looked at his mother-in-law and found that she was not an imposter. But then the man suddenly remembered that the mother-in-law in front of him was actually his wife's stepmother, so he immediately concluded that this funeral was for his wife's biological mother after all. His own mother had never been ill, whereas his wife's mother had cancer. What the man did not know, though, was that it was indeed his own mother who had been seriously ill, but his mother had worried that her illness would affect his promotion to director, so she had asked her daughter-in-law to help keep it a secret. Never had he imagined that this would lead him to believe his mother was still alive. He even said he would call his mother to check, only to find that no one answered the phone. Now the man began to panic. He immediately called his younger sister in the countryside, but she was on her way here and had accidentally dropped and broken her phone in her hurry, making it impossible to get through. Seeing this, the mistress quickly added that it was the busy farming season, and perhaps his mother was busy working in the fields. The man thought this made perfect sense, so he immediately took his mistress to go home to visit his mother. Before leaving, he even casually signed the divorce agreement, threatening the woman not to harass him again. The guests who had come to pay their respects were stunned by the scene, confused about who had actually died. Just then, the man's younger sister from the countryside arrived. Learning that the man had left his mother's funeral to return to their hometown, the sister immediately borrowed her sister-in-law's phone to call the man and send him a voice message. But when the mistress saw this, she reminded the man that the woman must have regretted it and wanted to get back together. The man immediately said that the person he loved was the mistress, and it was too late for her to beg for reconciliation now. With that, he blocked his wife's contact information to make his wife give up completely. The man then changed his mind and decided to first go register his marriage with his mistress, then take her back to their hometown formally to meet his mother. However, the next day when the man brought his mistress back to their hometown, they happened to run into his mother's funeral procession.